Shabbat Shalom and start our service. Thank you, everybody. Does everybody have a flag or something they want to wave? There you go, back there. Oh, Chris has an imaginary one. We'll fix you up. Bruce, we have any more flags back there?
Do we, Joanne? Okay, she'll
get
some.
Okay. Shabbat. Introduce our marvelous guest.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Special guest, Rabbi Adam Sharp, is here with us tonight.
Wow, that was far too fast.
Okay, and also on the keyboards, Paul Staley making a special appearance. We have all sorts of special stuff going on tonight. Can't wait to hear you talk, Rabbi. You are always really, really interesting. No, I mean, he's a very interesting man, so we're looking forward to hearing you talk.
Okay.
A couple of quick housekeeping notes as we get started. Leaflets! We have leaflets again. How cool is that? Anyway, continuing to take steps forward as we have our Friday night Park and Pray, or as I like to call it, the Shir Shalom Shabbat. We have a beautiful Friday night, perfect night to be outside. I hope everyone remembered your sunglasses and your sunscreen. And a quick reminder, as I mentioned last week, as we respect everyone else's comfort level and concerns, when you are sitting in your seats or in your car, you do not need to wear your masks. However, it is encouraged, and so many of you are doing that, and we appreciate that. If you walk around, make sure your masks are on, and try to always maintain social distance when you're talking to someone else. We have lots of stuff coming up in the next week. I'll be back for that with the announcements later in the service. In the meantime, enjoy. We have a musical and meaningful service for you this evening. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Erev Tov, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So I would like to kind of put on the spot the Weissmans a little bit and invite you up if you would like to light candles for us. And friends, for the entirety of all that are gathered here and anybody online, we're on page 120 of your Siddur. For a little candle lighting and kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehavitner shel And why don't you just stay up and hold the Kiddush? Oh, okay. And we'll sing along with us. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei b'riot yafeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu Shabbat Kodsho, V'ahava, V'ratzon, Yukilanu, Zikaron L'maseh, Bereshit, Hibu Yom Tefillah, Levikra'e Kodesh, Sefer Yitzhak, Yisrael, Kivaru V'chata, Yotanu Yidasha, Mi'olamim, V'Shabbat Kodshecha, V'ahava, V'ratzon, V'chaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Thank you. Joanne?
Friends, we're going to move forward in our Siddurim and our prayer books to page 138 for Lecha Dodi verses 1 and 9. Page 138.
Thank you.
to the Baruch Hu on page 146.
So the next song we're going to sing, we've been singing it for about 3 weeks now. It's not in your Sidorim, so you can either close your eyes and meditate on it or kind of sing along at this point. You kind of know the words a little bit. So please join with me if you're comfortable. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. We will know that you are one. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. We will know that you are one. Now that we have flyers, it'll be in next week's, well, I won't be here next week, but the week after, we'll put it in the flyer. Thank you, everyone.
Page 152, the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch shekivod malchuto le'olam va'olam. Baruch shekivod malchuto le'olam va'olam. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
We turn the page for the V'ahavta.
V'ahavta Hey, Adonai Elohecha, b'kol levavecha, u'b'chol nafshecha, u'b'kol miyotecha, v'hayu advarim ha'ele, asher anochi v'tzavcha, hayom al levavecha, v'shinata levanecha, v'dibarta am, v'shivtecha b'vetecha, v'lechtecha v'derech, v'shochtecha v'kumecha, v'kshartam liho tayatecha, v'hayuledotecha v'neinecha, v'chtavtam המזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו עשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Please be seated as our wonderful Rabbi Adam Schilp continues with our service.
Okay.
Any question you want, readings, anything.
Friends, join with me as we read together on the second passage on page 157. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered at Sinai. We bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Through our failings are many and our faults are great. It has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
We're going to visit the left side of the page right now on page 161. Let there be love. Page 161. Let there be love.
164, we rise for tefillah.
Would you like to lead it?
Again, you sing like an Adonai Tzai talk, or just
What?
you guys do a little Adonai Tzai talk?
Yeah, you can do it. You want any way? Go ahead.
Adonai sefatai titachu fi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagibor Hagadol Hara, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Haste Avot V'imachot, Umevi Gula Lidnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Ve'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol atah Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatav, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Berovei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bagehurot, Midomelav, Melech Nemit, Umekayem, Umatzmiach Yeshua, Beneman Atalachayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei HaKol. Atah Kadosh, U'Shimcha Kadosh, V'Kadoshim B'chol Yom Yihalelucha Selah. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Friends, I invite us to simply take a moment, breathe deeply, inhaling the fresh summer air, and welcome a sense of silent meditation into your mind, your heart, and your soul.
You may be seated when you're finished and join us on page 180 for Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom, V'Romav. Oseh Shalom, V'Romav. Hu yaseh shalom, Hu yaseh remember at the beginning of the pandemic, I tried singing it, this song, the Oseh Shalom. This one setting of the Oseh Shalom was our very first time in the sanctuary by ourselves. And the tears started welling and I couldn't sing. Anybody remember when that? Oh. And I didn't dare sing this for months. And then maybe about a couple months ago, I said, you know, okay, we're wrapped our heads around this at this point. I could sing this. So here we are again singing it.
Friends, there's a time in all of our prayer services on Shabbat when we pool our collective goodwill and aim it towards those who are in need of healing. Healing of body, healing of mind, healing of spirit. And I'm sure as we're all acutely aware, this is a year in desperate need of healing. Healing in ways that extends far beyond body, mind, and spirit. But yet we have these exquisite little moments in which we can harness our inner kavanah, aim our inner intentions, and truly, as I said, pool our collective goodwill and offer it to those in need. On this Shabbat, I would like to ask that we aim our healing goodwill towards some really wonderful, lovely people in your congregation. Sheila Benitovich, Paul Burkow, Sheila Chato, Oliver Scott Holmberger, Myra Horowitz, Rob Liederman, Jennifer Millage, Fern Middleman, David Radlin, and Joanne, Joni Schwartz, Christopher Smith, James Stevenson, Gershom Ben Mira, Tinuk Ben Rivka, Levi Ben Gedalia, Gershom Ben Shlomo, and Dina Leah Bat Miriam. To those names and beautiful souls in need of healing, I invite you to add anyone you may be holding in your heart in this moment so that we can pool our collective goodwill toward their need. I apologize if I can't see you all, but yes. Friends, our Misha Berach, our prayer for healing, may be found all the way forward onto page 371 in your prayer book.
Source of strength, who bless the ones before us.
So everyone, thank you for inviting me into your midst. Thank you for putting up with tolerating me not knowing exactly how you guys do things and probably not pronouncing every name as correctly as you would prefer or I would prefer. Thank you. I think gratitude practice has been one of the most sustaining things of this year. But amongst my requests for your forgiveness, it's really a funny thing to be a substitute rabbi. Hopping into the driver's seat at somebody else's pulpit and thinking about what I wanted to share with you all this evening, I thought about that, what it is to be a substitute. And then I read through the Torah portion, Re'eh. I gave it another read. Re'eh being the Torah portion that we read for this Shabbat, and it kind of hit me. I found that I had all these memories and images from my childhood popping up like popcorn through my mind. Memories and images of substitute teachers. As an aside, by the way, I may speak tongue-in-cheek about this, but I truly want to offer a quick blessing to all educators. Truly, truly, truly may God bless and keep you for all that you have already done and all that is before you. If they weren't already in your mind before, teachers have truly become heroes this year. But I remember, though, as a kid, you'd come into school as always, and then there they were, sitting where your teacher should be. But they were definitely not your teacher. And because they were not your teacher, they were always like a little weird. They were interlopers. They didn't quite belong in there. You knew they were a teacher, but yet were they? They enforced the rules a little bit differently. It always seemed like they were trying to be your teacher, but it was clear they weren't. Sometimes you'd get one that was really laid back. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like the cool substitute teacher that would let you get all your work done, tick all the boxes, and then let you have a lot of free time. But at least in my experience, more often than not, they were pretty down to business, right? They were suffering no fools to march their lesson plan to completion. They'd get up and they'd explain their presence. Your teacher is not feeling well. I am Teacher Schelt. I will be with you today. And then they'd get to work taking care of all the things that your regular teacher left for them. Which, as an adult looking back, I would think, oi, I would not want to be that person. It would often amount to a reading of a list of points to cover, assignments to do, etc. And that was what came to me as I read this week's Torah portion. Moses comes to the people this week and reads the lesson plan. He reviews a list of commandments and rules, a ban on idolatry, rules against self-mutilation, dietary law, tithing, rules about debt, treatment of servants, and so on and so on. I imagined it as being kind of dry, and that the ancient Israelites would probably be a bit bored listening to all of them, very much like many of my memories of my own substitute teachers. And then when the commandment lesson was done, Moses moved on to review proper sacrifice technique. Now clearly Moses is no substitute teacher. In fact, we could flip that sentence and say there is no substitute for Moses. But in my mind, the thought of me standing here, filling in for a colleague who I adore, especially with a Torah portion like Re'eh that we read this week, childhood memories of substitute teachers just kept flying into my mind. I couldn't ignore them. And with that being the case, it seemed to me that I had a decision to make. Would I be the laid-back substitute teacher and invite everyone here at Shir Shalom just to let it all go? Or would I be down to business substitute teacher? Show off my rabbinic prowess, teach you all a thing or two about Torah, and so on and so forth. Well, as is probably true to me, whether you know this or not, I chose to do neither one of those things. To be honest, neither of those options really feel like they'd be kind to you or to Rabbi Alex or to me, and none of them really reflect me. Instead, I thought I would opt for some gratitude. What a beautiful thing it is for all of us to be here right now in this moment. For me, right here in this moment, the most important thing in this whole Torah portion is actually the very first word, re'eh, often translated in dusty books as behold. It is indeed actually a vision word, re'eh, ra'ah, see, look, observe, view. So let's do that. Let's behold. Let's look, let's see for a little bit. Look around at this wonderfully warm summer day. What a beautiful balance to our Buffalo winters. What a beautiful balance to the tumult we may be feeling inside ourselves. Take a moment to see what's around you. Yes, fine, I get it. This year is beyond a hot mess. But see where you are? You're in the middle of an incredibly creative Shabbat service. Look at the beauty of an endless sky, the perfect metaphor for the infinite, for boundless possibility. And just think about the wonder that still exists in life, for all that we have, for all that we hope for all of those wonderful little people and things in our lives. Just based on what we can see, so many reasons to say thank you. Thank you. I'd like actually to read you one of my very favorite poems by E. Cummings, because I feel that it's truly my actual message to you all on this Shabbat, which I'll admit as a rabbi is a little cheeky to steal somebody else's words for your message, but he said it better than I could. I thank you, God, for this most amazing, for the leaping greenly spirits of trees, and a blue true dream of sky, and for everything which is natural, which is infinite, which is yes. I who have died am alive again today, and this is the sun's birthday. This is the birthday of life and of love and wings and of the gay great happening illimitably earth. How should tasting, touching, hearing, seeing, breathing, any, lifted from the no of all nothing, human merely being, doubt, unimaginable, you. Now the ears of my ears awake, and now the eyes of my eyes are opened. Perfect for a summer day that's just inviting us on this Shabbat to fill up with gratitude. And that, friend, is my message to you, to the fullest measure of what I have to say. Gratitude. May it bless and enrich us all. I thank you all for welcoming me into your midst. And I wish each of you a warm, wonderful summer Shabbat Shalom. May God bless and keep you all. Is now a time for announcements at Shir Shalom, or do I wait for that?
I think we'll do the Elenu on page 586.
Now is the time for Elenu on page 586. Perfect.
And I have a small, when we do get to the announcements, don't let me forget, I have a small announcement to make. Okay? Alenu l'shabeach l'ador ha'chol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וכל בנינו ככל המונם, אנחנו קוראים המשתחווים עומדים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 591. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ויאמר יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
Friends, I invite us to move forward to page 598 in our prayer books. Our thoughts turn to those who are no longer with us, those who we honor in our hearts, in our minds, those for whom we still grieve and loss. We enter this moment of Kadisha, tone, distinctively aware of all the victims of our people's travesties, the Holocaust, all those who have perished in natural disasters or through acts of terror, and all those thousands of Americans who have perished the ill health that we've all struggled with this year. On this Shabbat, we mark a period of Shloshim for Merle Burkow, mother of Jill Hamilton, Dr. Hanley Horowitz, brother of Larry Horowitz, and the significant other of Tracy Zapia, Joseph Kriegel, Ellen Premack, Erwin Rovner, father of Nancy Millman, Barbara Shapiro, grandmother of Deb Comey, Wolf Tomback, husband of the late Natalie Tomback and the late Betty Tomback, father of Brian, Alan, and Howard Tomback, stepfather of Mimi Shapiro and Wendy Potter. We also lovingly recall those yard sites for this Shabbat of Rowaine Balsam, Albert Bann, Helen Barback, Paul Burkow, Blanche Bernstein, Ida Bilski, Jack Brody, Ephraim DeBozen, Benjamin Edelman, Heina Mae Eisner, Morris Garfinkel, Richard Gurnett, Louis Glickman, George W. Harris, Jed Haubenstock, Arthur Hirshorn, Abraham Cantor, Rose Katz, George Kerman, Philip Klein, Emma Levinson, Moses Levinson, Israel Laval, Louis Schwartz, Pearl Schuchard, Lee Ann Silverberg, Bernice Solodki, Moses Tepliski, Ray Weinberg, Manuel Winston. To those names, I invite you to add anyone you may be holding in your heart in this moment. I invite us to come together for Kaddish Yatom Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. Please rise if it is your custom to do so. Yit Kadal V'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah V'Alma Divra Hirute V'Amlich Malchute V'Chayachon V'Yomechon V'Chaye D'Kol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala U'Bizman Kari V'Imru Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam V'Olamei Almaya Yitbarach Yishtabach V'Yitpa'ar V'Yitromam V'Yitnaseh V'Yitadar V'Yitalei V'Yitalal Shemei D'Kudesha Brihu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'Shirata Tush B'Chata V'Nechemata Damiran B'Alma V'Imru Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'Chayim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Imru Osei Shalom Bimromav, Hu Ya'asei Shalom, Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'Imru. Zikronam Livracha, we pray that their memories may ever be for a blessing in our hearts. I invite you to be seated once more.
Bruce Chorus now with announcements.
Shabbat Shalom again, everyone. First of all, thank you to Rabbi Adam Schelt for leading our services tonight in such a wonderful spiritual way. And how ironic that he apologized in advance for mispronouncing anyone's names after I mispronounced his at the beginning. So the synagogue president would like to apologize for that. And I knew that we were in for a treat. You are a very eloquent speaker, and it was your talk tonight was really neat. And well, you can substitute for Rabbi Alex anytime. I haven't heard you sing, so I don't know if you can substitute for the cantor, because the rabbi can't, our rabbi can't. But anyway, you're welcome to come back anytime. Also, thank you to Cantor Frank and Paul Staley, special guest on the keyboards. By the way, new keyboard. Cantor just got that. So, did he sound extra special tonight? Of course he did. Anyway, good to have you here, Paul. Anyway, I say this every Friday night, and it has been so important that we maintain our Friday night Shabbat tradition, and to be able to do it with people here. I mean, we worked really hard to come up with a plan that would work, and to have people in person for a Friday night service, and I tell you, our Shir Shalom summer Shabbats have been so special. So, thank you all for being part of that. It's getting dark, you notice that. We've moved the service time to 7 o'clock. It will be that way through the month of August. If we have to adjust it before the end of August, we'll do that. We want to make sure that as it gets dark earlier, everyone leaves safely. Speaking of leaving, I want to thank Rich and Ellen Caton for being our farewell greeters this evening as you leave the service. So wave to them as you leave. They'll wave back to you. We have a lot coming up this weekend. We have Torah study at 9 a.m., Shabbat morning service, and virtual Kiddush luncheon at 11. Those are all on Zoom. The website has the links for them. Meditation Moment is back Sunday night with Dr. Yanina Foster. That is at 7 o'clock. You need to go to the website to register for that. Thursday, August 20th, this coming Thursday, this is important. We are going to have at 5 o'clock p.m. our High Holidays informational meeting via Zoom. Everything you need to know about this year's High Holiday services will be answered. You do need to go to the website to register for that. As you've heard already, our Rosh Hashanah morning and Yom Kippur morning services, weather permitting, are going to be at the Transit Drive-In. We are, again, doing everything we can to bring as many of you together for the High Holidays. So anything you need to know about High Holiday services, you will get that this Thursday at 5 o'clock p.m. We have another Shavuos coming up a week from Tuesday, August 25th. We had one this past Tuesday. Thank you to everyone who volunteered or came and supported it. It was one of our most successful ever. It was this close, actually, to being the most successful ever. So thank you for that. Wednesday, August 26th, so that's a week from this coming Wednesday, at 7 o'clock p.m., the men's group will be featuring Dr. Gail Burstein, Erie County Health Commissioner, to give us an update on the pandemic and answer questions. That will be via Zoom. There will be a link on the website for you to register for that. As you know, Dr. Burstein, where are her parents? Where are they hiding? They're there. Dr. Burstein is a member of our congregation, and she's been wonderful to us. When we've had questions about things, we've reached out to her, and she always replies, usually via text or email, although her parents were telling me that she emails them at like 3 o'clock in the morning too. So she's working a lot of hours and has been a valuable member of our community, and we appreciate her taking part in our men's group talk. I mentioned the transit drive-in. So on Saturday, August 22nd, which is a week from tomorrow, right, 11 o'clock a.m., we're going to do a test drive of our drive-in service. We're going to have a Shabbat morning service at 11 o'clock, Saturday, August 22nd. That's a week from tomorrow. We're going to see how it goes. If we have some kinks to work out, we'll work them out.
And it's not here, it's there.
It is.
There's the drive-in.
It will be at the transit drive-in. So we're going to do a little test drive at the drive-in.
That's why I got Paul's keyboard all ready to go.
Excellent.
He's warming it up.
You need to RSVP for that. Talk to Joanne, contact her. We need RSVPs if you're planning to come. We know many of you are deeply concerned about our nation and would like to participate in some meaningful actions for change, and you want to stay safe during COVID. So to meet this need to continue Tikkun Olam, our social action team is offering you every voice, every vote. This is a nonpartisan national effort to get out the vote and to re-register voters who are the victim of voter suppression. You would write postcards from the safety of your own home. We have more than 50 members who are now taking part in this. If you would like to learn more about that, Julia is over there. Julia can answer your questions, or just call the temple office. One last thing about the high holidays, beginning later this month, you will be able to borrow a set of high holiday prayer books so that you can follow along, whether you're doing it via the services that are live stream or at the drive-in theater. Obviously, with all the people coming in at the drive-in in your cars and everything, we can't be handing out books then. So we have a lovely set of high holiday prayer books, as you know, one for Rosh Hashanah, one for Yom Kippur. And if you want to get them in advance of the high holidays, so you'll have them, contact the temple office once the announcement comes out about the dates that you can come and pick them up. We'll have a couple of days where you can do that. And of course, as always, if you need anything at all, contact the rabbi who's not here, the cantor. Don't contact this rabbi, he won't help. He won't help. Contact Rabbi Alex when he gets back from vacation. The cantor, Joanne, or myself, we are here for you. And as always, thank you for your patience and support during this pandemic, and thank you for being part of our Shir Shalom family. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
And I have one more announcement to make. It is Jacob Shaw's 7th birthday, and we're going to sing happy birthday to him. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jacob. Happy birthday to you. Yom Holelet Sameach. Yom Holelet Sameach. Yom Holelet Sameach. Yom Holelet Sameach.
Friends, I believe we're going to reconvene in our prayer books all the way back to page 625 for Adon Olam.
Adon Olam, Asher Chalach, B'terem kol, Yitzir Nivro, Yitnasa, Nefem Sokol, Azoi Melech Shekol Yikol Adon Olam, V'yachol Pei, Kiklot Takol, Neva Adon Yidov Kurat Adon Olam. would you please do motzi for us?
I would be happy to.
Any parting words?
Any parting words? Oh
Yeah.
my, that sounds very weighty. And honestly, in this moment, I'm feeling really light. So I'm just going to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is so utterly delightful. I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom of peace, of wholeness. In fact, actually, this Shalom, let's try to actually focus on the root, have a little Hebrew lesson for ourselves this Shabbat. Shalom and Shalem, the word for wholeness, it's the same thing. So on this Shabbat, let's all work a little toward being whole. Thank you again.
Shabbat Shalom.
You guys just do the quick one-liner or the whole thing?
Yeah, the quick one-liner.
Perfect. It's actually kind of warm.
Ooh. Well, you're taking it home with you.
And now that I've touched it, I Purelled the heck out of myself before I got out of here, but it doesn't really matter so much, I don't think. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Thank you, Rabbi Adam, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
And
Cantor.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.